With the release of the Moonfire bow, you are now possibly looking at the strongest class in the entire game. Handmaiden. Let's talk about her. Her passive ability, the Dance of Seasons, increases her dodge distance by 15%. Alright. Her career skill with the creative name of Dash, Brilliant swiftly dashes forward, moving through enemies. It sounds kind of simple, but it's actually quite useful. She's also got Renewal, an aura that increases stamina regeneration speed by 100%. This is fantastic and easily the best thing about this class. And then there's Ariel's Benison. Increase Corellian's revive speed by 50%. When Corellian revives allies, she heals them for 20 health. So this is really good. And yes, for those of you that may not know, if you have a handmaid on the team, let them pick up the downed allies that you have. And moving on down to the talents now, the weapon I'm going to be using today is the Sword and Dagger, which means I'm going to be taking Spirit Echo. That's damaging enemies for THP, maximum 5 temp health in one swing. The Sword and Dagger is very fast, swings a lot, cleaves a lot, so you make tons of temp health. Great for hordes. It's also got killing blows for temp health. You know, that one's pretty good too. It just kind of depends. You want like temp health during hordes, or you want like temp health during, you know, just like from elites and whatnot. You're gonna have to rely on elites for this one. Down here, the only choice really is Focus Spirit. After not taking damage for 10 seconds, increases Corellian's power by 15%, reset upon taking damage. This obviously applies to both melee and range damage, which is going to help out the Moonfire bow. Yeah, I mean, you pretty much start with an extra 15% power and almost have it the entire time you are running through a map. For her level 15 talent, Smiter is the best choice. Basically, you do 20% more damage to the first enemy you hit. Enemies that are not staggered, you do 20% more damage, which is something that no other level 15 talent lets you do. Mainstay is not as good as Smiter. You have to wait till the third hit to do more damage, and by then the enemy is usually dead. You can take Enhanced Power for a little bit more range damage with that Moonfire bow, 7.5% more power. I know it says 7, it's not correct, don't know why, but it's actually 7.5% to your total power level. So you can take that and try to stack it with Focus Spirit and do a little bit more range damage, but personally, I don't think you need it. I think Smiter will do wonders for your melee. And then down here, Willow Stance is a pretty good talent. Dodging grants 5% attack speed for 6 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Yeah, that's an easy 15% attack speed from dodging a lot, which she's very good at doing. But I'm pretty much partial to Wraith Walk over here. Corellian's dodges can now pass through enemies. So say you get stuck, this is a great talent for being able to clutch, just move through hordes. Eventually you'll be able to dash through them. And now dodge through them. So this is a really fantastic talent and allows you to kind of get out of jams quite easily. Down here, you won't be needing this. You have a choice between 30% block cost reduction and 15% additional max health. And the reason I'm going with Heart of Oak today is because I'm building for block cost reduction on my gear. With this build, you'll have 15% extra health and 60% block cost reduction, which is more than enough, especially in a class that has double the stamina regeneration speed. So trust me, take the health on this one. And then for the ultimates down here, Gift of Ladriel is fantastic. Corellian disappears from enemy perception for 2 seconds after using her dash. So not only can she dash through enemies at a very fast speed and cover a lot of ground, she turns invisible for 2 seconds, giving her enough time to quickly res an ally or keep running, and her dash is exactly a 20-second cooldown, which means this is the ultimate clutch class right here. For the gear, I mentioned I'll be putting block cost reduction on my gear. Sword and Dagger, I really don't think you need attack speed on this build, especially if you take Willow Stance, but I think Swift Sling alone will give you more than enough. This weapon is already pretty fast. So 10% power versus Chaos. Chaos enemies have more health than Skaven. So obviously, yes, Chaos is very good. It also works for Beastmen. Block cost reduction for a little bit of defense that you might need. And Swift Sling. Critical hits increase your attack speed by 20% for 5 seconds. That's quite useful. And here's what you want to talk about, right? The Moonfire bow, the new weapon, the shiny toy, the fiery bow of death. Yes. So this one's Absolutely amazing. It's a weapon that doesn't require ammo. Basically, you have like kind of a reverse overheat bar. So the more you shoot it, the more the bar runs out, and eventually it has to recharge. And it's really good. Absolutely take Hunter with this. If you crit with the Moonfire bow, it increases the attack power by 25% against targets of the same armor class for a short time. So very good against monsters, very good against elites, trolls. I mean, come on. Which is why I'm building for Chaos and Armored. The big boys, the big things that need to die. Chaos and Armored, absolutely, on the Moonfire bow. On my necklace, I'm going for plus 20% extra health and plus 30% block cost reduction, combined with Bark Skin for a little bit of defense. Bark Skin, if you take 2 hits, you'll get a 40% damage reduction on that second hit. So if you get double whacked by Chaos Warriors that are inside of each other or something, you won't immediately die, which is kind of nice. And of course I have the 30 block cost reduction on the necklace and the 30 block cost reduction on the melee weapon, combined with the 20% health on the necklace and the 15% health on the talent. This will give us a grand total of 173 health, as you can see, making us quite the tank with a bow that never runs out of fiery ammunition. Fantastic. On my charm, Proxy is the trait for the potion. This will double the value of potions. She's not really like concoction. You get a couple off decanter. If you have a purple, yeah, it'll be able to clutch. But I mean, the best thing for her really is Proxy, because she's such a short cooldown. Like, she can really benefit from anything. So why not help the team a little bit? Proxy's fun. You can give the effect of that potion to your nearest ally, and that's really good. But also on the charm for extra damage, I've got 10% power versus Skaven and 10% power versus monsters. You might look at that and you might think, oh, that's a little weird with Skaven and monsters. Hey, that's for hook rats and that's for actual monsters. Yes, that's right. Handmaiden is now a boss damaging class. She's not really a boss killing class, but she can really help out with monsters now. And especially if you build for extra damage to it, with the with the power for chaos and the power for Skaven on the charm and weapon, combined with the monsters, you're doing plus 20%. You're gonna have plus 20% power for any monster in the game, which is gonna be sweet. And pretty much most enemies as well. All enemies, rather. Really, really good. Because you're gonna get the chaos in the armor, and you're gonna get the Skaven in the armor. The only thing you're not going to double up on is the infantry, the unarmored, the, weakest enemies, which is fine. And then for the trinket, for legend and under, curse resistance, crit chance, and shrapnel is fine. For the kata people, you can take explosive ordnance or shrapnel. It's your choice, really. I think explosive ordnance is fun on kata with a firebomb. But of course, the meme is more revive speed and more stamina recovery. You can instantly pick someone up and you can pretty much have your guard never die. But if you want to go for that crit chance to try and proc Hunter more, that's understandable, of course. Just probably get rid of that stamina recovery. You don't really need it. But that's the build, fellas. The Handmaiden Moonfire bow build. She's amazing. Let me know what you think of the class with this weapon. I think it's fantastic. Please like and sub to this channel if you like the content that you saw here today, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.